Yeah. Hello. Hello. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to have a conversation about a show called Secret Invasion. Oh man, I'm in a little hurry. I'm a little mad. I got one eye open. Might as well call me Nick Fury, but don't call me Nick, or else I'll shoot you like a little prick. Oh. Yo, 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 yo. Hello, welcome to the show. We'll be starting soon. Let's get music in the mood. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, we're talking about the Secret Invasion show. So if you haven't watched it, maybe you should go. Going full spoilers for the first 3 episodes. So if you haven't seen it, maybe you should go. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh. Talking about Secret Invasion. Episode 1, episode 2, episode 3, were they amazing? I don't know, that's what we're gonna talk about. Is this show boring or is it cool? That's up to you. Oh, that's up to you. Secret Invasion, Secret Invasion. Is it amazing? I don't know. Secret Invasion, Secret Invasion. Is it amazing? I don't know. I'm here to have a conversation about Secret Invasion, and I don't mean to be in a scurry, but my pal Nick Fury is outside. He's waiting me to hurry up so I could go with him in space and be in a different area. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. I don't know what to say anymore, so I'm gonna go back to regular talking. But we're gonna be talking about Secret Invasion. So if you haven't watched Secret Invasion, the first 3 episodes, I guess you should probably go. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Alright. Hi. Hello everyone. Welcome. Today, we're having a conversation. A little conversation. We're talking about the show Secret Invasion. I know the song is over, but the rhyming is non-stop here in my place. In a second, we're gonna head over to the theater, and we're gonna break down each episode. Episode 1, episode 2, episode 3. I'm not gonna play them here because of copyright. You know Disney and their copyright. But we're gonna show still images and everything, and we're gonna go through. We're gonna talk about a conversation that I've been seeing happening a lot out there in the nerdy sphere for this show. Is the show's Secret Invasion boring? And for me, my personal opinion, it's alright. It's okay. The reason why I wanted to stream this and I wanted to talk about this is because last night was the newest episode of Secret Invasion, right? Brand new episode of Secret Invasion dropped last night, and I was like, all right, I'm excited. Let's see what's going on. And I look, I stayed up to midnight to watch it. I live in Los Angeles, so staying up to midnight isn't crazy. I got myself a freaking G Fuel, and I was fine. That's what I thought, all right? Because I fell asleep through episode 3. I genuinely fell asleep. And I was shocked. I was shocked. I said, how can me, this mega nerd that stays up for until 3, 4 in the morning sometimes, working on mundane videos or something, how the hell did I fall asleep at midnight during episode 3 of Secret Invasion? Is it a me issue? Is it a show issue? I rewatched the episode. It's a good episode. But I understand maybe why I dozed off and I fell asleep. So, I don't know. Is it boring? Main question. It's to the viewer, right? If you're a type of person that loves action and loves punchy, all that stuff, you're probably gonna find the show boring. It's a lot of like conversation, spy, espionage, really working on it. And for some people that could be boring. There was a lot of like momentary scenes in episode 3 in particular, honestly throughout the whole show, where it's just like characters talking. And I do love me some plot development and stuff like that. But man, I don't know why episode 3 it piled on me so heavy that I fell asleep. So, but I woke up in the morning and I watched it again, and it's a good episode, don't get me wrong. The big moments that happened throughout the episode were pretty insane. But the reason why I was like, oh man, this is getting a little nervous, is because this is a 6-episode season. It's episode 3, we're already halfway there. So it's like, oh man, like what are we gonna do? What's going on? And that's like a big problem with these Disney Plus shows. By the time it gets like really good, it's already over. So you're just like, crap, come on. And then like season 2 is probably not gonna happen, or season 2 is gonna happen in like 6 years from now, and you're like, god damn it, come on, man. Like Loki has been out for like what, 2 years already, and it's like, damn, dude, like I want a Loki season 2 right now. I want it yesterday. But it's like, because it's such high production and the actors are super popular, it's hard to get all that going at the same time. So it's like, damn it, you got me again. So these Disney Plus shows are cool, but at the same time it's like, man, you want more, right? You're expecting like movie quality, but at the same time, why should we be expecting movie quality? In reality, they're TV shows. I know they were marketed as like big high quality TV shows that's gonna make up to movies, but at the end of the day, they're TV shows, like like I don't know, maybe it's because I watched like the Flash by the CW for all like 11 whatever years, that I was like, oh, this is actually pretty good TV. But I don't know, man, like I did fall asleep. It's like the whole Andor discussion, like, oh man, is Andor boring? It's like, yeah, maybe to some people, but like for me, I thought it was cool. It was a nice slow burn, slow burns are nice, sometimes you want a slow burn, sometimes you want a nice hot burn. I don't know why I'm using burns as an example, but that's just what I mean, And look, let's hop into the theater. Let's hop into the theater and let's just check out some of these. Let's just check out some of these scenes. So here we are. How episode 1 starts. It starts with my boy, Everett Ross, right? He's like trying to be all like a spy guy. He's like, everybody wears beanies in this show. I've noticed everybody got a beanie on in this show. Everett Ross got a beanie. Oh man, I just got a haircut. I don't want to put my beanie on. Sam Jackson got a beanie. Everybody got a cool beanie. So shout out for this show for bringing back the cool beanies. So, I mean, this scene is like, all right, it's an interaction between this dude and this like crazy guy. He's pretty much Pepe Silvia from freaking Always Sunny. He's like trying to figure out Skrull. He's trying to convince Ross that Skrull's are real. He's like, come on, man, you can't believe me, Skrull's are real, man, Skrull's are real. And then it turns out they get into a little scuffle and all that stuff. It's like, oh man, who's in the right? Is Everett Ross a Skrull or whatever? He goes all freaking crazy gung-ho, like parkour Spider-Man scenes, and he falls off a building and you're like, oh crap, Everett Ross is freaking dead, son. Revealed the guy chasing him was Talos. Maria Hill's like, what the hell? And that's how I met your mother. And it was revealed that he was a Skrull. Everett Ross in the beginning was a Skrull. And it's like, oh, was he a Skrull the whole time? No, he wasn't a Skrull the whole time. Shout out to his dope beanie, though. I will say rest in peace to the beanie. Let me get that beanie. So, like, after the events of Wakanda Forever, Everett Ross kind of, escaped to Wakanda. So in theory, Everett Ross is in Wakanda right now, unless he was captured in transit to Wakanda, and they have him like with the memory machine, which I guess we'll find out in episode like 4, 5, or 6, because how a lot of these scrolls are working with, if they have the memories of the person, they're probably locked up somewhere. So unless this Everett Ross scroll was completely bullshitting about like every information he knew about Nick Fury and Sword and all that stuff, then Everett Ross might be trapped like in a scroll prison or something, or like in the memory machine. And if that's the case, what happened with him in Wakanda? Like, these are the big questions. Wakandans are like the best soldiers and stuff. They have freaking Michonne from The Walking Dead leading the Dora Milaje. Like, so is he captured? What's going on with Everett Ross? Or Everett, whatever the hell his name is. I don't freaking Frodo, Mr. Baggins over here, or Bilbo, whatever the hell name is. Bilbo, right? Dildo Swaggins. Like, and then check it out. This intro was AI generated. Like, respect. I think that's cool. Personally, IMO. People were like, "Oh, it took people's jobs." People had to make this, like a team still had to make this. You think one guy just went like bloop bloop bloop, make a thing? No, a team still had to make this intro, and it looks cool. I think it's just they probably saved a lot of time making this, but I think it works for this show. It's abstract, like it's hella abstract. Like, at this show, it's all supposed to be abstract and mystery and make you feel weird. And this intro does that, man. It make you feel weird. It make you feel weird because of AI. And as I said, there was like a 5-person team working on the intro, so it's fine. I think it's fine. Like, that's like, these are some sick shots. Like, they just animate like AI shots. I don't know if I have a bias. I don't know if I have a bias because I work with AI a lot, but like it's pretty tight, and I think it's pretty tight. So look, Nick Fury comes back onto Earth, and he looks pissed. He looks pissed at the world. He looks like he's tired. He looks like he's done. Drastically, he looks way different than he does in the Marvels trailer, and the Marvels trailer is taking place after this. So he looks like really good in the Marvels trailer. He looks like young. His beard is like black again, like nice and dyed beard. He looks good. So unless the Nick Fury in the Marvels is a Skrull, or this Nick Fury is a Skrull, or he just has a great makeup routine and like a beard dye system to look that great, because in the Marvels he looks different. But I don't know. It's hard to place it, because in the Marvels he's still working that sword or whatever, and in episode 2 he got fired. We'll get there. So it's a lot of like slow burn scenes, right? We got Nick Fury meeting up with Maria Hill. Shout out Maria Hill. How I Met Your Mother. Robin. He has this very intimate scene with Talos. like he meets Talos in the back alley, and like they have like this little romantic heads thing, which in episode 2 they show us that that's how Skrulls, like, I don't know if that's how Skrulls say hi to each other, or is this how they hug or something. But Skrulls do that all the time. But like, it looks really intimate in this scene. And in this scene, it's discussed that like Talos is like, my wife is dead, Baba Booey. I haven't seen you in 10 years, Baba Booey. And then Samuel L. Jackson, Nick Fury is just like, hey man, I know, I get it. I get it, man. Here, you want to do the head thing? You want to do the head thing? And but the thing is about this scene, it's pretty intimate, man. It's pretty intimate, and it got me thinking of a theory. I made a whole short about it. It's on my page already. The theory that this Nick Fury is a Skrull, and it's Soren, his wife. I think this is Talos' wife. Like, imagine how crazy that would be if it was revealed the whole time this is Talos' wife. Let me explain. Look, they say in this show multiple times that Soren is dead. Soren is dead. Soren is dead. Soren is dead and Gravik killed her. Or whatever the hell you say his name. That's a big deal. That's a big deal, and we haven't seen it in a flashback. We haven't seen it in the it was just an explanation, right? And a big rule that one of my old film professors told me, and she was like, look, if you don't see a body in movies or TV, they're probably not dead. And I'm just like, from that day I was like, true. And every time I say that to somebody, they're all like, bro, I heard the same thing. So it's around. Everybody knows this. If you don't see a body, they're probably alive. And this show is trying to shove it into our head that Soren is dead. They're just like, yo, Soren is dead. Hey, Nick Fury, Soren's dead, man. Yeah, oh man. Oh, hey Gaia, Soren's dead. Your mom's dead. Oh, and it was your boss. He did it. Oh man, like they keep trying to tell us Soren's dead, and we get it. If you would have mentioned it one time, sure. Oh, unfortunate. Maybe the actress couldn't come back. Doesn't make a lick of sense because she's a Skrull. So you could just put up the makeup on anybody. But they could have just been like that. No, they keep hammering in her head Soren, how she was involved in whatever, and Gravik killed her and stuff like that. And I think it's gonna be a twist for later when eventually they're gonna be all like, you killed my mom, and he's be like, I didn't kill your mom, what are you talking about? And then maybe Talos will die or something, and Gaia will be all like, no, my parents are dead, everyone I love is dead. But then Soren comes down and he's like, I'm still alive and we have to kill Gravik. I just be like, yeah. The worst writing possible of the worst version of the writing I could do possible, but that's basically how the scene's gonna go. No, but I think it'd be a cool twist that that'll be an upper hand later, maybe Talos will be dead and Gravik will think I beat everybody. Nick Fury is just Nick Fury, but Nick Fury would be like, ha, surprise, bitch, I'm right behind you, and you're actually looking at Soren, who's actually alive. Ha ha. And he'd be like, what? Soren's alive? Yeah. And then they're gonna destroy him. I don't know. They're just spitballing ideas. But I think this scene is way more intimate than, it's the intimate scene, man. It's hella intimate. Look at that. Look how intimate that is. Did you see that? We gotta go back to that one frame where they're at. Oh, that they were about to kiss for sure, bro. Look at this. Pucker up them lips. I'm tired of these motherfucking Skrulls not kissing my motherfucking lips. Look at that. That's the face of hey, you didn't give me a kiss. Where's my kiss at? It's a romantic candlelit alley with a flower in the back. How romantic, bruh. That's Soren. And then so look, this is what I'm talking about. And another thing too is that this show has a lot of scenes like this, right? Where it's just people in a room talking about stuff, talking about life, talking about things, in a very minimal room. The budget was probably not insane for this room. They probably spent the most on that little CGI thing they got going on the table. But it's a whole lot of this, and it's a whole lot of dialogue and conversation and stuff like that. And it's a slower paced show. And did that make it bad? Nah. I think the show, for the most part, is pretty good. But I think if you're expecting a fast-paced Marvel show, this show ain't for you, you know? Because this show was a whole lot of conversation and dialogue and plot. Like, they're really trying to bring the idea of, like, espionage and revolution. And they're trying to, like, hone in the ideals of the Skrulls. Like, this is probably the most out of all the other Disney Plus shows where we actually get, like, the main villains and, like, the ideals of the main villains, like, panned out. Like, other than that, let's think of the other shows, like the Miss Marvel, that group that showed up that wanted the bangle. Like, we didn't learn much about them until like the last 3 episodes. We in She-Hulk, the Intelligentsia were a joke. Like, are you kidding me? Like, that was like a complete joke. Todd from the Intelligentsia, like that guy. We met him once, and it was like a cheesy Wakanda Forever joke, and then he just pops up at the end of the season, like, I was me the whole time, twirling my mustache, he's like, twirling my mustache, I'm gonna inject myself with the serum, you know, like, it was like, what? Oh, the lot's going on, and then, yeah, they retconned it with the whole Kevin Feige scene, but, like, the Intelligentsia, Flag Smashers in the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, mind you, the Flag Smashers apparently had a lot of their stuff cut because of the pandemic. But like, other than that, like, what, Agatha Harkness, she wasn't really revealed as the big bad until like the last 3 episodes. It was like, you know, Agatha all along, boom, boom, boom. So like, this is the first time the show's actually taking the time to pan out the villain, like, and pan out the ideals of the villain, and make you feel like maybe the villain isn't in the wrong, because we look at the about to be demonetized. Oh, look at them saying, I'm like, what am I doing? Why? Don't scare me like that. Like, the thing with the Skrulls and Garrick and them is we're getting the time to see their ideals and getting really expanded from the original idea from Captain Marvel, right? Like, this was a promise. You gotta remember, Captain Marvel happened in the 90s, and in the current MCU timeline, we're like, okay, it's 5 years from now, so we're like in 2027 in the MCU timeline. Like, if you think about it, because the blip was 5 years. So it's like about 2027 in the MCU timeline currently. So that's been over 30 years of them just waiting and like bellowing in this anger and stuff like that. And that's really getting fleshed out with Gravik or and these Skrulls. Like, you see the scene later. Let me see if we could when like we kind of see their camp. That's in episode 2, more specific. But like, he's kind of like justified in a weird way. Like, a revolution would like that it's kind of like the exact same revolution of the Flag Smashers, if you think about it, but with Skrulls. Oh, this scene's absolutely amazing. What is her name? Olivia Colman, I think her name is. She is absolutely killing every scene that she's in. She's hilarious. I don't know what's going on with her character, man. She's very mysterious, like, very mysterious. Like, she works for, what, British intelligence or something like that. And she is just absolutely killing it every scene that she's in. She's hilarious. And she's also very intimidating. We'll see more of her in episode 2. Look at that smile, bro. That's a menacing ass smile. That smile is menacing. All right, let's keep her going. All right, so look, this is the example of what I was talking about here. So we see more of the Skrull struggle, right? We see this little boy. Don't copyright me, Disney. I just want the world to see this atrocious. It's not that bad, but they use a lot of the, like, notice how they use the fence grate and they use the hat to hide a lot of the CGI. It's kind of look at this transformation. Autobots. Oh my god, what the fuck is that? It's not bad. It really isn't bad. But you know, they do a lot of movie magic to try to obstruct the CGI, which, you know, save that money, honey. But like, how are you trying to save that money when you have a lot of scenes just chilling in rooms, you know? Emilia Clarke, love her and everything she does. I think she's doing great. She's amazing. Yeah, so this is a lot what I'm talking about, right? So they start to develop and establish like this Skrull environment and making it feel like, oh, maybe the Skrulls are right, or maybe they're justified and feeling like these are whole people, whole communities, you know what I mean? Like, and they're kind of just living their life, and you're like, oh, well, are we gonna sabotage that? And that's where the idea of like the war and the conflict comes in. You know, Talos wants this, but he wants this in a peaceful way. But in a world of the Earth, and you know, specifically in America where they're located, it's kind of hard for another species to just roll up and be like, we want to be inclusive too. Think about the world right now. Right? And they make a comment kind of very similar to that. I don't know if it's in this episode or in the second episode, but they make a comment very similar to that, where they talk about like, you think the world right now is going to accept an alien race coming in and just living in their backyard and stuff like that? And it's like, yeah, bro, like that's kind of true. So this right here is their memory machine. They attach a human to it. They get the zaps. It's like the mind flayer from the Mandalorian, and it basically sucks all their memories out, and it allows the Skrull that's turning into them to get their memories. Now, if the Skrull in the beginning has the memories of Everett Ross, that means he's probably in this he's probably in one of these machines. Hold on, am I getting his name right? I feel like I've said his name a million times and it just doesn't feel right. You know when you like see when you say a name a million times and it just feels wrong saying it? Let me give it a Google. Let me give it a Google. Yeah, it's Everett Ross. Okay. I was like, it's Everett Ross, right? Like, I'm not trying to get Homeboy's name wrong. So if Everett Ross, the first Skrull we saw in episode 1, if he is believed to be has the memories of Everett Ross, that means Everett Ross is in one of these. He's in one of these somewhere. You know what I mean? That's if he had the memories of Everett Ross. It could totally be, what up, Veed? It could totally be the fact that Everett Ross is just still in Wakanda, you know, under like arrest, under Wakandan protection, which is totally possible. And then the Skrull in the beginning was kind of just spitballing and guessing, which I don't know, man. Anything is possible. But this machine is important because not only is this machine gonna be like, oh, this is how they get the memories. There's probably a whole colossal bunch of these, and then these are probably gonna get hella upgraded whenever the Secret Scrolls like formula starts going around, like the Krabby Patty formula. Like, man, it's gonna be nuts. It's gonna be nuts. So be on the lookout for these machines. Maybe Everett Ross might be tied up to one of these somewhere, unless that Skrull in the beginning was just grade A improv skills. You know, he spent years in improv classes. He was like, I gotta study my improv. I'm getting the Everett Ross role. I don't need people to believe me, because it's not like the Skrull in the beginning was giving hella details about Everett Ross's life. It was more just like, oh, you know, Fury's up there. How am I supposed to get him? You know, like, it's not like he was telling hella details or spitting all the hot gossip or anything. You know what I mean? So we'll see. You know, who else is the Skrull? especially in the MCU. Guess we'll be finding out, dog. We get some of these cool scenes, more scenes in a room with CGI in the middle of a table. It's the second time, second time this episode. Shout out. Oh hell yeah, another room. Shout out. Gravik actually in the character is really good. I actually like him. I think he's pretty cool. He's very intimidating, very stoic but quiet at the same time. He's just like in the background, just like. But he absolutely like consumes and engulfs every scene that he's in. Like he is like the star of the scene. Like he's just so intimidating. It's good. He's a good villain. He's a good villain. I like him. Yo, look at that. Hell yeah. Look at those teeth, son. Look at my teeth. You know, hi, I'm a scroll, yeah. Look at my teeth. Dude, this is all, he's going hella teeth. This is so much. This looks like this is like Sonic, the first Sonic. You know, the ugly Sonic. No offense, Gravik. You're a good-looking dude, I guess. It's just that's a whole lot of teeth, son. That smile. Amelia Clark is amazing. I love Amelia Clark. Shout out to Amelia Clark. I don't know why I'm giving you the shout out, you know, but shout out Amelia Clark. So look at that, a whole bunch of spy espionage, all of that stuff. What if Gravik worked for Doctor Doom? I would love the explanation, but that'd be tight as hell, dog. But like, we need to know how Doctor Doom about to be introduced to the MCU. You know what I mean? Look at this guy. Look at this guy. This guy's got some sweet hair. This guy. So apparently, people with like keen eyes noticed this guy. He was like somewhere. We're in like 30 minutes. Where is this feed? Apparently, he was somewhere here. Like he's just homeboy chilling in the background somewhere here, and I just don't know where. I haven't seen it myself, but apparently homeboy is just kicking it in the background, chilling all max and relaxing, all cool, spoiling the scene. I don't know where, but shout out to Heavy Spoilers for pointing that out. I think that was the channel that pointed it out. Yeah, apparently homeboy just chilling in the background somewhere. And he's like, yeah, son. Yeah, son, I'm about to spoil your whole thing. Or is he in the background, like here, tied to a machine? Who is this guy? What are these? All these people are randos, bruh. That guy looks like Stephen Amell. Who is this guy? Marlon Rando out here, bruh. Wait, so they just gotta touch their face? That's kind of kinky. Touch my face and learn all my secrets. Well, I'm getting a phone call. I'll be right back. I'm back. Hold on 1 second. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Oh. Oh. My freaking dog. He peed on the floor when I was taking him outside to go pee outside. That freaking dog, man. Whoa, that freaking dog. And now he's barking because he's mad. Oh, you're gonna bark at me now because you're mad because you peed on the floor and you think it's okay to bark at me? Oh, I just cleaned your pee, you silly little dog. Hey, don't bark at me. That's not nice. Oh, stay in your kennel, man. Oh, I'm trying to scream right now. Dog, please, run, dog. My dog needs to chill out. Hey. Oh, my dog peed on the floor and I had to clean it up. That ain't cool, man. What the hell? Yo, what the hell? My dog peed on the floor. This freaking silly ass dog. All right, cool. I'm back. Sorry about that. My dog. My mom was like, "Hey, I'm not. I need to move. I need you to move the trash cans." I don't know. My mom sounds like a New Yorker. I need you to move the trash cans, and I was like, "All right, yeah, I'm gonna move the trash cans." And I go move the trash cans, and the dog was like, "Hey, man, let me out. I gotta go." And I was like, "Yeah, I'll take you out." And I started taking him out. And he stops on the way out, and he goes on the floor. I'm like, bruh, what the hell? Oh, we always got fire improv music on our streams, Veed. You're missing out, homie. Tell all the other Nerd Avengers, it's popping out here. Takes like 5 minutes for what I said to show up on the screen, though. Let's see, what'd you say? Okay, Doggo had an accident. All right. So, where was I? Episode 1. So yeah, this guy, this homeboy, is a scroll. He's out here being a freaking snitch. Look at that. Look at that hair, dude. How do you maintain that hair? I got a haircut today because I couldn't maintain my hair. Respect. I mean, he is a scroll. He doesn't have to deal with hair. Do scrolls have to deal with hair issues? Can scrolls give themselves haircuts? I'm overthinking about. I'm overthinking the anatomy of a scroll. Oh, okay, got it. Hey, it's all right, man. We're still down to play with the delay, if you know what I mean. What I do like about this show, though, although it might not be for some, it is very suspenseful. Like this scene right here, it starts to like bring you into the idea of like, oh, is he a scroll? Like, is he not a scroll? Like, I feel like in your head, every time you're in a scene like this, there probably are gonna be a scroll, because I mean, it's not like they're gonna have Nick Fury kill a civilian. You know what I mean? They're not gonna have Nick Fury be killing civilians out here. So anybody he attacks, I naturally assume they're gonna be a scroll. Or anybody that gets attacked is gonna be a scroll, because I doubt this show is gonna be freaking ballsy enough to just start killing civilians, because that's what this show's gonna take. And then, yeah, I know they did the bomb in the end of episode 1 that killed civilians, but I mean like one-on-one fight. Like, we got Nick Fury freaking fight a dude and kill him, and you'd be like, this guy was a scroll. I killed him. He was a scroll. Turns out he wasn't a scroll. Nick Fury just killed a guy. Like, that's some stuff we gotta see. Like, that would be intense. Or not even Nick Fury. Somebody who can't handle that kind of pressure, you know? Somebody who that's gonna be an internal conflict for. Like a random ass character. They were like, oh, this guy's the Skrull, I have to kill him. And she kills him. He's just a regular guy. He's like, oh my god. I think Fury the Skrull. I do too, man. You should check out my short. I released a short on my page where I say Nick Fury the Skrull, and not only is Nick Fury the Skrull, I think Nick Fury is Talos' wife. Think about it. Nick Fury is Talos' wife. Nick Fury almost made out with Talos in episode 1. Where is it at? I'll show you right now. Look at this. Cue the sex music. Look at that, dude. That's about to kiss, right? That is we about to kiss face right there, dude. They are about to make out. And it's okay, because that's Soren. Nick Fury is Soren, Talos' wife. I am convinced, bruh. It's fake. Her death was fake. We didn't see a body. The way that Fury acts, like the way he thinks, yeah, like it's someone cosplaying as Nick Fury. That's how it feels like, you know? Like that scene where he had that emotional moment on the bench in episode 2. I was like, that's somebody who's like, oh, this Nick Fury job is stressful as hell, man. Like that's the... It's like they don't even have Fury's memories. Yeah, or it's like they have his memories, but like it was like just told to him, you know? Like Nick Fury, like the real Nick Fury told the fake Nick Fury everything he needed to know. You know what I mean? You're like, all right, rule number 1, no one calls me Nick. Rule number 2, I don't eat sandwiches with the crust on it. Rule number 3, my wife is a Skrull, and I know. Rule number 4, put the ring on. What if Gaia was actually another Skrull other than her? That's the thing, man. Anything is possible. Like, I don't think Gaia is dead. Like the Gaia at the end. Gaia at the yeah, Gaia at the end of episode 3. I don't think that was actually Gaia. Or if it is Gaia, it's like she's not actually dead. Like aren't Skrulls supposed to be like super strong or something? Like stronger than the average bear, you know? Stronger than the average human. Like they're supposed to be like strong, and then like they become even stronger when they become super Skrulls. Like look, this scene right here. This is another scene where I was talking about. This scene right here. This is the second time in episode 1 where they're just like, Soren's dead. Hey, I don't know if you heard, but Soren's dead. And just thought to let you know. Yeah, she's your mom, but she's dead. And I didn't think I'd tell you when it happened, but surprise. Oh, and by the way, it's conveniently your boss. So Baba Booey. like they keep drilling in our head that Soren's dead, and that's why I think Soren is alive, and Soren is Nick Fury. Because it's probably highly probable that Nick Fury is a Skrull. I think it'd be more impactful if Nick Fury was Soren. Gotcha. Old switcheroo. Because I feel like Talos is gonna die this season, and Gaia isn't really dead, so Gaia's gonna come back to be all like, "Hey, I'm alive, and now I hate Gravik." And then, "Oh no, my dad's not dead, and my mom's dead." And then that's when they'll be like, "Surprise, your mom's actually alive. Bye bye bye." You know, but your dad's dead. I'm like, "No." And then she starts crying like this. No. Oh, Amelia Clark. Shout out Maria Hill. How I Met Your Mother. Kids. Oh, this voice is too crazy. I can't.
Kids, this is the story about how your Aunt Robin joined the Avengers.
You ever watch How I Met Your Mother? I love that shit. Oh, hell yeah. Get turned, Maria. Yo, send me one of those. Look at these shots. I'm down to take a shot with Maria Hill and Nick Fury. If I see these two people chilling at the bar playing chess, you best believe I'm going up to them at the bar. I'm be like, yo, let me in next game. I don't know why that's my go-to voice. Hey, yo, let me in. I never use that voice in real life at all. Look at that, delicious. They got warm beers. They got lukewarm beers and shots. Lukewarm voice and shots. Oh, you like my narrator voice? Yeah, the narrator voice goes crazy, bro. I use that voice on my other channel, House of the Humans. They have a cool little shot. Look at that delicious lukewarm beer. My face when I drink lukewarm beer. That's disgusting, bro. Look at him. There's no condensation on this glass at all. This beer is hot. You know this beer is hot. That's disgusting, bro. You're making the face like, hey, yo, this beer is hot. I wonder how many people in this room are scrolls. You know what I mean? All right, so nothing really crazy impactful happens at the end of this episode. Like, there's that little, like, scene between Gaia and Talos where they're just talking, and they're like, hey, you want to join the revolution? And he's like, join my revolution, son. And she was like, all right, I'll join yours. I'll be a double agent. And then another scene in a room where they're talking about stuff and things. Talos with glasses. Shout out to Talos. We love a person with glasses. This creepy ass girl, dude. This girl's creepy as hell. Look at this chick. She looks like she's AI generated. Like, what is this, dude? Like, this is an AI generated person. This person's not real. I mean, she's a scroll. She probably is AI generated at this point, dog. Like, it's insane. And then the big moment that happens here is the explosion, right? The explosion in Russia that essentially is going to cause this big ass freaking civil war. Let's see what here we go. Don't sue me, Disney. Look at this. Look at how menacing this guy is. Okay. There's my boy. My boy Fury. My boy Nick. Okay. Look how menacing this is, dude. He doesn't have to say a single word. He's a great actor. He definitely nails it. He nails this. Skablooey. Dead. People, look, so many people dead, bro. Dead. One person taking a picture right here. Dead. Everyone's dead, bro. This is nuts. Look at that. Dead. dead. People are out here. MCU film, MCU shows are too soft. Dead. Where's the second explosion? Is there another one? I don't want to play anymore. I'm gonna get like a copyright. Oh, look at that. There's another explosion. Dead, bro. Dead. See this little speck right here? That's a person right there. Dead. Dead as hell. This show knocked out like 50 deaths in the span of 5 seconds. Okay. Let's pay attention to this scroll, Nick Fury, and see how they react to other scroll Nick Fury. Look at this. She's like, oh, hey, how's it going? Hey, my boy, it's my friend Nick Fury. Hey, how's it going, my friend? He's like, hey, how's it going, my friend? Hey, I'm your friend Nick Fury. Look at me. I look exactly the same. Because scrolls can, for some reason, generate freaking clothes. Let's not talk about how they could copy an exact identical skin. Let's talk about how they generate clothing. Can a scroll in clothing get naked? Hold on. Hold on. Bigger problem here. Okay, so if a scroll generates clothes, right? He's like, all right, cool. I'm a scroll. I'm gonna turn into me, right? I'm gonna turn into me. Deal. And I'm now a scroll. And I generated this clothes. Can I take off my clothes and be naked? What happens to the clothes? Do they just disappear? Or is that clothes now just generated clothes? Can scrolls just open a clothing brand like no problem? Hold on. This this is gonna destroy the fashion industry. I hope you know this. Like that's what I'm worried about. This is gonna destroy the fashion industry. Oh my god. Think about what Nike's is gonna think. Oh yeah, but he's just like, oh hey, how's it going? I'm your friend. And then she's like, oh hey, yeah, hey, let's rendezvous. Oh blam! Shot through the heart. By the way, that is definitely a bullet pack. You can see it right here. Look at it, right here. Right here's the bullet pack. Right here. A nice bullet pack, a little blood pack for Maria Hill. Your very own blood pack, Maria Hill. You did it. Now, there's two things. This is the face of like, I told you, bitch. I told you. Stop fucking around. And then, you know, we get the death of Maria Hill. Now, there are things I have. There's two things I want to talk about with this in particular, if I'm being real. There are 2 points I want to bring out with the death of Maria Hill. Number one, I think it's fake. Or I think this Maria Hill is dead. I think this Maria Hill is dead. Bernie, what could that mean, this Maria Hill is dead? What do you mean? What do you mean this Maria Hill is dead? That don't make a lick of sense. So this is Maria Hill, of course. But what if it's not Maria Hill? Or what if it's the original Maria Hill? My dog is barking again. Homeboy better not pee on the floor. I'm gonna be so mad. What if this is the original Maria Hill? What if there's another Maria Hill? How? Bernie, how? Explain. How the hell they gonna do that? Well, in the Secret Invasion comic, or it was the Civil War comic leading into the Secret Invasion comic, or the Secret Invasion comic? One of them. Nick Fury told Maria Hill, who at the time was the leader of S.H.I.E.L.D., that she should start developing something called an LMD, which is a life model decoy, which is a cyborg robot so identical to the real person that you can't tell. And the reason why I think they might be doing that is because two reasons in particular is the lack of emotion within the death scene, you know? Because if you think about it, Maria Hill has been a loyal soldier for Nick Fury for freaking years. For years. And he had more emotion seeing Talos and just saying hi to him than seeing Maria Hill die. I understand it was a stressful situation with the bombs and everything going off, but like your freaking loyal second in hand just died right in front of you. You know what I mean? And it's just like the difference of emotion that I've been noticing between the two interactions of meeting Talos and as well as seeing Maria Hill's death that really hones in for me that Nick Fury is a Skrull. Because I feel like the real Nick Fury, if he would have saw Maria Hill die right in front of him, he would have been like, oh, he would have been pissed, you know? And as well, maybe they might do the LMD thing, not because I want to see Maria Hill back, just so they could introduce the idea of the LMD into the MCU universe so that Nick Fury could use it in the future. You know what I mean? Or it could just be unveiled that technology has been going on in the background. And it's going to be kind of like a counter technology for the Skrulls, right? Because that's the thing the Skrulls have a one-up on. That we could copy people. We could, like, do all this stuff, right? The whole idea of the LMD is more, not only is security for the person, it's kind of like, we could use this to fight back against the Skrulls. I know they don't do that specifically in the comic, but I'm just saying how the MCU could adapt them for whatever. And I don't think everybody about to be having LMD. I just think it's going to be technology that Nick Fury is going to use and take advantage of. Because Nick Fury is the boss. You know what I mean? But V, you feel like they shouldn't do that? and that's totally fine. Because I don't know. I feel like Maria Hill's story isn't over, and the actress who played Maria Hill, she was like, you're gonna learn more about Maria Hill's backstory in this show, and all we learned so far is that her mom is mad. You know what I mean? Like, that's all we've learned so far, that she has a mom and the mom is mad. Like, so I feel like there's more to Maria Hill in the season, and if she's dead, then I don't think there's gonna be more. But if she it's either she's dead or there's like some crazy switcheroo thing. It low-key needs to be over. Well, we're halfway done, Veed. We're halfway done. And then episode 1 is over. So let's bring up episode 2 in the city. Yeah, well, that's the thing. I'm glad you brought up Coulson, because with bringing up Coulson, the idea of Maria Hill coming back is less crazy, in my opinion, because Coulson died in the Avengers, and they brought him back to life with the whole Tahiti joke or reference. What up, Andre? They brought him back with the whole Tahiti thing, which I didn't fully watch Age of the Shield. I kind of fell off after a couple seasons, but from like the Tahiti thing was like a real thing. They brought him back to life, right? Like they did a whole thing, and they'll reboot Maria Hill in the next multiverse. It was a Skrull. You think Maria Hill? But don't Skrulls turn back to Skrulls when they die? They'll reboot all the characters after Secret Wars. I don't know. Well, see, Josh thinks we're gonna go into like 2 separate movie universes. You know what I mean? Like, there's gonna be the main MCU timeline where it's like everything following the events of Secret Wars with all the characters and all the actors that we know, and then a brand new universe that's gonna be happening in the background. But honestly, after seeing the public's reaction to the Multiverse Saga and the Flash and Everything Everywhere All at Once, I don't know if the movie audience, like the regular normies, is out here like down to clown with the multiverse. Like, hey, to each his own, you know? But like some people think the multiverse is currently ruining Marvel. And like, in some fairness, I could see it, because a lot of the content coming out in the Multiverse Saga so far has been rather lackluster. But it's like, the multiverse is wild, and if people are thinking the ideas that they're doing right now is too much, like, I don't know if motherfuckers are ready for the multiverse, like that, what they want to do. You know what I mean? Especially with like the current movie audiences, like no movie is making profit. The only movie that genuinely made profit this year that I heard about was like Across the Spider-Verse, which deserved, 100% deserved. And I'm talking specifically in the genre of superhero movies. Like anything else kind of just flopped, or like in the, so it's like, ugh, you know what I mean? Good way to get on new looking characters for cheaper. That is true though. We are at this realm. We're at this like point in time where everything's so expensive, bruh. Like everything is so expensive. like look, I don't make a lot of money, right? Like I don't make a lot of money. If I got like a fraction of what those actors in movies are making, I would never do it. I would never have to work ever again in my life. And I know in my head that's just like, oh, it's a little pretentious, Randy. You're gonna need more money. You're like, no, I've been a poor Mexican for like 25 years of my life. I could survive the majority of my life with a fraction of whatever these MCU actors are making. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need to be stingy. You know what I mean? But that's the thing. That's for their first one. Most actors get paid ballpark 150, 100,000, 80,000, depending on the movie, depending on the character, depending on the actor for their first one. It's the second movie and the follow-up movies and the cameo movies where they really bring in the freaking bank, dog. You know, like we talking about Hemsworth got paid 150 for the first one. How much he get paid for Infinity War? You know what I mean? Yeah, like he probably got paid like upwards in the millions. Like, and yeah, he's put the work in. He's out here working out, getting jacked, putting the steroids in. But it's like, is that worth a couple million freaking dollars? Yeah, like I'm just trying to get to a point, and it's like I've made plenty of content that I've edited a bunch of things that it's probably never gonna get me a fraction of the money that, like, for example, someone who just gets like Benedict Cumberbatch just freaking being an extra on WandaVision. You know, he got, like, yeah, he may have been cut from WandaVision, but he still got paid for just maybe being in the thing. You think the rest of the crew is out here getting bonuses? You think the editors of Marvel movies are getting bonuses because the movie that they edited did good? Hell nah. It's time for an editor strike. No, I'm kidding. I bring up the editor strike. And this is why I want to start the editor strike. Just like, nah. It's like, and that's where, like, I kind of agree with you, dog. I think the idea and the perspective that movies have to cost a bunch of money should need to disappear, man. Indie films, and I'm not talking Indiana Jones, I'm talking like independent. Indie films can do fantastic things with a quarter of the freaking budget of the big Marvel movies. Like, it's insane. Have you guys seen Bollywood movies? Like, I know for a lot of people they're for a lot of people they're a lot, and in fairness, they are a lot. But Bollywood movies are made for like a fraction of the money that the big Hollywood movies cost. They're crazier in CGI and ideals and everything, and all that is just because they love the movies. You know, it's not about greed. It's not about, they just want to look dope. Literally, Bollywood movies are badass because the actors, all they care about is looking badass. like, yeah, money's cool, but I want to look badass. Like, I want you to make me look as cool as I can in this movie. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and that's why it's dope, because they're not afraid to go crazy and just do shit that's crazy and badass. And yeah, it's extravagant and over the top, but it's badass. And it's more focused on the idea of entertainment than finance. You know what I mean? And that's what movies are happening nowadays. Let's see what Vito says. For example, people use actors to bring out characters. People don't know. Yeah. So, like, for example, Chris Pratt playing Star-Lord, right? Or like, there's a bunch of examples, right? Or like, like making big name actors playing characters to attract. I don't know, man. I think we should just rely on the movies. But then, like, we're at a weird time too, you know? People care more about actors' names than they do plot of movies. People don't know. Yeah, like if they're not already in, like think about Blue Beetle, for example. I love Blue Beetle. Blue Beetle's dope as hell. Especially I've always super into the Latino version of Blue Beetle. I've been to like the Latino. Sorry, my dog is like going nuts out there, and I'm about to do another freaking song for my dog. He's going crazy. I've always been into the Latino version of Blue Beetle, and then everyone, like, so when they announced the movie, I was like, hell yeah, Blue Beetle movie, son, let's go. All right, let me take my dog out. He's going crazy. I'll be right back. Any other editing gigs besides Brother Jay? Well, kinda. I'm technically have 2 gigs for Josh. I'm working on his Warhammer channel, and as well as the Den of Nerds. I haven't been working on the Den of Nerds as much. Jeebus, I'll be right back. I'll talk about this when I come back. Oh, I didn't mean to do this song. No! He did it again! My freaking dog! Peeing on the floor! Why is my dog just peeing on the floor? I think he's doing it on purpose now! This freaking dog is peeing on the floor so much! And it's kind of like, I think he's doing it on purpose because I'm screaming, and he never pee on the floor. I mean, he does sometimes because he's still a puppy, but I'm just trying to scream, and he's over here running his stream, you know what I mean? Like, what the hell, man? The dog is peeing, he's peeing, he's peeing on the floor, he's peeing, he's peeing. He's peeing on the floor. Oh, my dog is insane, man. I'm just trying to get back into a conversation. Trying to get back to the conversation about secret invasion. Trying to get back to a conversation. Wanna get back to the conversation. I'm in a hurry. I'm one-eyed. Call me Nick Fury. Keep it going to the skull. I'm green faced. I am a scroll. Oh yeah. Oh, my dog feel the floor. Now the music break. Let's go back to the theater. All right, sorry about that, guys. My dog, he's going in the floor. But ah, got some Diamond Lounge vibes. Oh, really? Yeah. That's what happens when you're not monetized. You could just you can just say whatever the hell you want. You know what I mean? I could do whatever I want here. I have no pressures. I have no requirements to make money here. So I could just say whatever I want. YouTube got no leash on me until they copyright me. Then yeah, then they got me. Yeah. Just put the jazz music back up. Yeah, I like to chill out, you know. I like to hang out, chilling all max and relaxing, all cool. I play video games. I break down stuff. Oh, but you were asking what gigs do I have? So yeah, I mean, I still work for Josh at the Den sometimes. The other editor has been like taking a lot of the videos recently. I've been working on his Warhammer videos though. So I have that. I have another YouTuber that I work for, but it's been kind of slow with that YouTuber because he had some issues with his house and a flood. So he hasn't hit me back up in a little bit. But right now, I'm just working on Josh's Warhammer stuff. But other than that's why I've been more active on here, you know. I just launched another channel. This right here. Right here. Houser Than Humans. This right here. Houser Than Humans. It also has a Patreon, which comes with a bunch of fancy art that comes from the episode. If I'm fast enough, I'll do another. I'll edit a video today and have it out for tomorrow for Houser Than Humans. It's like a fantasy story time channel where I tell
epic fantasy stories told in this voice about different heroes of the realm, like Gregor the Barbarian, or Zeppelin the Sorcerer, or Billy the Artificer.
You know what I mean? It's just a bunch of like fun stuff. That's what the Houser Than Humans. One video is up there right now. Maybe one tomorrow. But we're not talking about Houser Than Humans. We're talking about Secret Invasion. We're now talking about episode 2, all the way back in 1990 CGI. And so we start the episode off with kind of like a flashback for the people that didn't see Captain Marvel. By the way, this scene was weird. Do you remember this scene? This is the scene where Nick Fury and Talos look at the Skrull's penis. Like, I don't know if you guys remember that. Like, they don't show it right here, but like in the Captain Marvel movie, they lift up the thing and they go, huh. Oh, that's a Skrull. That's a Skrull dick right there. and then Fury was like, and Talos was like, But the thing is, at this moment in time, we didn't know he was Talos, so we thought he was just a regular dude. So he was just openly looking at another Skrull dick. So I want to point that out. Just pointing that out. Do you not remember that scene? Did you not see Captain Marvel? Like literally, there's in this scene. In this scene, they tried to look at the anatomy of the Skrull. You tried looking it up? It's not there. Let me show you. Let me show you what it looks like. Yeah, but like in that scene, they're studying the anatomy of Skrulls. It's right here. Right here. But yeah, in that scene, they study the anatomy of Skrulls and like they cut open the Skrull and stuff, and they're like, they open it up and they're like, oh yeah, look, it has all these Skrull parts and all that stuff and all these things and Skrull things and all that jazz. And then after that, yeah, they lift up the towel. It's like, banana Skrull dick. I'm pretty sure that happens in this scene. Like, I'm like 90% sure. It's not like a super long part. They just like, and then like that's it. They move on. But yeah, weird. And then all these scrolls doing scroll things. 1990 CGI, Talos looking like Talos, the Talos fam. We got Soren, we got Gaia, we got Talos, out here looking like the Coneheads. They're looking like the Coneheads. Oh, I am having a fantasy moment. Oh, no, you are not wrong, sir. You know what I do every Monday, Vito? I go and play Dungeons and Dragons with my homeboys. Josh is out here playing Warhammer. I'm playing Dungeons and Dragons like a real man. I'm playing Dungeons and Dragons like a... No, I gotta say it like a nerd. I'm playing Dungeons and Dragons like a real man. Holy crap, Vid, you're right. Why was Gravik's skin red? Maybe that's the Super Scroll in him? Or it's like supposed to be purple, right? Or like a weird purple blood or some crap? Because Nick Fury says in the episode where he's like interrogating that guy, he's like, I'll bash your brains in and see your purple blood all over the place. You're right, though. Why is his blood red? Holy crap. Maybe that's because, well, you also notice that he already had the Super Scroll's power. Like, did you notice that? He healed it with the Extremis. He healed it with, like, the Extremis, like, power. So maybe the Super Scroll... Well, that is true. He is never a scroll, but Nick Fury that killed Maria Hill turned into him. That doesn't mean that was Gravik. It could have just been another scroll pretending to be Gravik. What if Gravik is an android, an LMD? Oh, you are laying heavy with this Gravik working for Doom. I mean, I'm for it, but like, oh man, that'd be nuts if out of nowhere just Doom just came out. He was like, I'm here. I'm here this whole time, you son of a bitch. Alright, let's see. There's young little Gravik, right? No, but that's supposed to be a young Gravik, you know what I mean? That kid over there. So like that's confirmed Gravik as a scroll, right? This is him as a scroll. This is Nick Fury's wife as a scroll, I think. Like, so unless they're lying or he died as a scroll later in the timeline. Like the scroll version of him died later in the timeline. Doom made the LMD. I mean, it's possible. Like, the thing is, like, I really wish they didn't cut Dr. Doom from Wakanda Forever, because all they had to do was just leave that in, and that plants a seed for Dr. Doom. You know what I mean? Like, that's okay. Look, so here's Soren joining the cause, right? And she was the first one to join the cause. So that's why I think it shows the dedication of Soren to the cause, and that's why I feel like it's totally viable that she faked her death to pretend to be, like, Nick Fury going on in the background. Go back to the scene. Which one? Yeah, that's episode 3. We're working our way there, I think. Yeah, episode 3, right? The one where he's bleeding. Yeah. We're working our way there. We're episode 2 right now. Because, like, this is Gravik right after he just turned from... Like, he was Nick Fury, like, a couple seconds ago. So, like, this is... He just turned back from Nick Fury to Gravik. Yeah, okay. We'll watch... We're working our way to there. That's episode 3. Alright, we got the controversial AI. Yo, is this James Gunn's wife? This looks just like her. She made a cameo in this too. Damn, bro, she really be in everything. James Gunn's wife. There she is. I forgot her name. And that's not sexist. I'm just bad with names, all right? I just don't know her name. Look at it, looks just like James Gunn's wife. Like, with half her face covered in a motion blur, looks just like James Gunn's wife. So this scene itself was also very weird to me. Like anybody else? Mainly because, like, there felt like this tension between Nick Fury and Talos. And, like, there was, like, this moment where Talos was like, or Nick Fury was like, you want to talk, you want to shoot the shit? And he was like, yeah, we'll shoot the shit. He's like, tell me something about Skrullos. And he was like, yo, you know everything about Skrullos. You know, like, that's a weird line. You know, and then he goes like, well, tell me something I don't know. That's the answer of someone that just got caught. You know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, well, tell me something I don't know, Mr. Smarty Pants. Like, so I think that's another reason why this is the Skrull. If it would actually, like Fury, he would, if it actually was Fury, he would, like, how do I explain it? I think he would have a different conversation. Yes, because Fury just made that shit up about his grandma. Yeah. He kept asking because he didn't know shit. He's not Fury. Exactly, dude. That's what I felt. I was like, why are they asking these weird questions? Like, these are weird questions to ask. I was like, I don't think he's Fury, you know? And I brought this up earlier in the stream. I don't think you were here, Vito. But what I said was, if you watch the Marvels trailer, which that is imagined to be after this, he looks way different than he does in this show. In this show, he looks like he's 50 years older than he does in the Marvels trailer. He looks good in the Marvels trailer. Like his beard is like dyed again. It's all cut and short. You know, his freaking bald head is shining. Like, he's got the eye patch back on. Like, you know, like, he's back on the clock. And he's working for Sword or whatever, or Saber or whatever still. Like, in this episode, in episode 2, he got fired. You know what I mean? So it's like, something's going on. Something's going on. Think about it. Fury knew more than everyone in every other movie before the snap. Exactly. I say that in my short. I go, even when Nick Fury was 2 steps behind, he was 5 steps ahead. You know what I mean? Like, Nick Fury was ready. Nick Fury knew what he had to do. Nick Fury had a plan, had a backup plan for a backup plan. You think the snap was gonna stop Nick Fury, dog? Hell nah. He came back, he watched all the 5 years on TiVo. He fucking TiVo the past 5 years. Watched that shit on demand. Wasn't there a bunch of movies that happened? Like, I think in, like, No Way Home or something, or Far From Home, when they're on the airport or, like, on the airplane, there's like 50 documentaries. That's like, there's like 50 documentaries that are all like, the story of Captain America, the story of the blip, the story of this. Like, I just have a feeling Nick Fury, like, spent a day and watched all those documentaries about the MCU. He was like, all right, cool, I'm caught up. And he said it himself in episode 2, you know? I'm Nick Fury. Oh, let me say it like a badass.
I'm Nick Fury. Even when I'm out, I'm in.
I'm Nick Fury. Even when I'm out, I'm in. That's a badass line, bro. Even when I'm out, I'm in? Homeboy's currently out, and he's still in. He's telling us. He's literally telling us he's a Skrull. And this he's that bitch what face? What? He's like angry and look at that, dude. I know you say she got a different face, but that is James Gunn's wife, man. I'm telling you. That is James Gunn's wife. Fury probably couldn't come back. He's with Captain Marvel or some shit. Maybe. It's totally possible. In the city. Oh, look. And then look, here's the Maria scene that I was talking about with her mom. Where they also, it's not open casket. It's just a closed casket, which is another reason. Like, well, they didn't show like the body. Like, yeah, they showed her on the floor, like about to, like losing health or dead, but it could be revealed she's not actually in the casket, or it's an LMD the whole time. And then freaking guy, what's that homeboy's name from the Adam Sandler movie? Come on, Happy Gilmore. God, what's his character's name? The Happy Gilmore guy, the guy from Happy Gilmore. Think about this. Fury says he doesn't want to bring the Avengers in because they'll take their powers. He does. But they need the DNA, right? How the hell Fury know about the Skrulls can take superpowers? Whoa, Veed. That's actually pretty true. How the hell does Fury know that they're developing Super Skrulls? That's true. How the hell did he? Cause that's like. Oh, hold on. Did he say specifically we don't need them stealing their powers, or we don't need them stealing their faces? Ah, yeah, Lord Vito. Because if he said stealing their powers, that's pretty crazy. If he said stealing their faces, I think that's more of a maybe. I don't know. So, Shooter McGavin, right? Name's Shooter McGavin. That's what it was. Yeah, I do remember saying he can't bring them in. So, we have this scene where Shooter McGavin is confirmed to be a Skrull. Weed gives me supernatural powers of determination. That's funny. So, here we find out a lot of people in power are currently Skrulls. We have the person from NATO, the UK Prime Minister, Shooter McGavin. Like, all these people are Skrulls, confirmed. Kind of bringing the idea that anybody could be a Skrull. In the Supervision comics, it was more superheroes, which made it more scary and interesting. But in this case, it's just gonna have to be political people with power. And they kind of like make my boy the general, He was like, yo, in charge. By the way, how did Gravik not know that she was immediately gonna rat? Like, this guy's a Skrull for sure. Like, these guys, those two guys are Skrulls for sure. The bodyguards, they 1,000% heard the conversation that she is having right in front of them. Alright, here's all the hype. Like, yeah, everyone's like, shoo. Here's where they're going to start to develop the Super Skrulls. Super Skrulls. Our boy Rhodey. Alright. On the real, do we think Rhodey's a Skrull? I don't think he's a Skrull. I don't think he is. I don't think he's a Skrull. I think that's like everybody's like go-to, like Rhodey the Skrull. Rhodey the Skrull. I don't think he's a Skrull. And if he is, it has to be relatively recent when they took him. Like, I will not accept that Rhodey was a Skrull since the beginning, or since like after Endgame or before Infinity War. Like, nah, I will not accept that. Like, if Rhodey's a Skrull, he has to be a relatively new Skrull, or not a Skrull at all. Yeah, I don't think Rhodey's a Skrull either. I agree with you.
Um, I one of my like hopes and dreams is that for the Armor Wars movie, for the Armor Wars movie, I want a scroll version of Robert Downey Jr. to roll up and try to convince the world that he is Iron Man and that Iron Man's alive. And everyone's gonna be like, what the fuck? Wait, what? Like, how the hell are you? No, you died. Like, nah, homie, you died. And then he's gonna be like, nah. Infinity Stones, time travel. I'm Iron Man. Trust me, bro. I'm alive. Look at my face. Look at my armor. Like, I'm Iron Man. And everyone's gonna be like, holy crap, Iron Man's alive. But like the general population won't know about the scrolls yet. So to be like, what the, Iron Man's alive. And then this scroll, Tony Stark, is gonna like try to take over the Iron Man armory and like the Stark Industries and all that stuff, which now belongs to Pepper and half in charge of Rhodey, like the armor wise. So this would be like this big conflict because Rhodey would be like, all right, I know Tony Stark is dead. He died in front of me. And the Avengers and Nick Fury will know that Tony Stark is dead. But the general public will think he's alive and think that big news media and the government has been lying to them about Tony Stark's death the entire time, causing this big uproar of like anti-information at the same time, scroll espionage, and like a big chance to bring back RDJ in a movie and have him be the villain and not the hero. And we know, the audience, that he's a Skrull the entire time, but the general population in the MCU wouldn't know he's a Skrull. And it would be the fight. It would be an armor war to see who gets to keep the armor, and a fight for the armor and Tony Stark's tech between Rhodey and Tony Stark, the Skrull Tony Stark. That's my pitch. That is my pitch. Thank you. You can pay me. You can give me a royalty check in the mail. That's all I need. That's Disney. If you take a fraction of my idea, I want a royalty check. That's all I want. Cause like I really don't know what else is gonna be the plot of Armor Wars. Like what? U.S. different governments trying to take Tony Stark's tech? Like tech? Who's trying to take his tech? So here we have the conversation between Rhodey and Nick Fury, where he's like, even when I'm out, I'm in. And Nick Fury gets fired from his position at, was it Sword or Saber? I don't know. Saber's the one that had like the douchebag from WandaVision, right? Oh man, Elizabeth Coleman's scene, the interrogation scene in here was nuts. By the way, continuity error that I noticed. Notice how she puts this here. She puts this right here. There's a little hook right here, attached to the door with screws. And she put the pole here in order for it, if the door falls, it catches itself, right? That's why she did it, right? Right? We could agree that's why she did this thing. Well, later in the episode, and then here, look, here's where we have little teasers for the Super Skrull powers. They're gonna be rocking Groot. They got a little bit of the Florus Colossus. It looks like they got some of his vines from the end of Infinity War. They got the Frost Beast, which is from Thor: The Dark World. Pretty much a big, beefy, strong dude. Cole Obsidian, which is the dummy that got his hand chopped off in Infinity War / Endgame. So he's like a big Thanos guy. You're here, you gotta finish some cakes. Hell yeah. Alright, I will be audibly loud when we get to that scene, Vito. I'll tell you. So, we got the Frost Beast here. We got Cole Obsidian, and we got the Extremis. We're going to be seeing the Extremis power being used later when he used to heal himself. But the Extremis is from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. It's like and also Iron Man, is it 2 or 3? The one with like, I am the Mandarin. That guy. So that has been around in the MCU for a little bit. And they're going to be using that for their genetics of the Super Scrolls. Now, this has caused big controversy for all the nerds out there because everyone's like, no, Super Scrolls are based off the Fantastic Four. Like, yeah, they're designed after the Fantastic Four. We can't have it. Well, wait, man. We don't have the Fantastic Four yet. Like, we're working to it. They're not gonna reveal the Fantastic Four in Secret Invasion, the Disney Plus show. You know what I mean? Like, this is the best they could do, and the powers are irrelevantly similar. Like, think about it. We got Groot. They're gonna be using Groot for his extension powers. They got the Frost Beast, which is gonna be probably for his huge ass thick skin and strength. Cole Obsidian, probably the same. Who knows if he has any alien-based tendencies that we didn't see, or magic or some shit, or some abilities we haven't seen, because he's a crazy alien that worked with Thanos. And the extremities, you know, they can heal themselves, they disperse energy, and they're like a heat source, kind of like the Human Torch. So they're trying to cover all the bases. You know, we got basically the discount Wish.com Fantastic Four. This is the fabulous. This is the Fab Four, the Fabulous Four, right here. This is the discount Fantastic Four, and that's totally fine. That's totally fine. You know, they're working with what they got. So, crazy ass scene, interrogation. She chops off the finger. Crazy. This scene also makes no sense. Why does she leave the car? She like leaves the car and she goes somewhere. This action scene is actually kind of incredible. Like, Gravik is very intimidating, and this is actually kind of incredible. Like, he kind of reminds me a lot of like Killmonger. If Killmonger led the Skrulls. Okay, so look, she's over here. Who is she talking to? Like, what is she doing? Why is she hiding? Like, and that's it. That's all we see from that scene. Like, she's just chilling in the corner. Like, did she message Talos to tell them this is happening? Like, Talos doesn't show up. There's no point. She didn't message this chick that was the chick interrogating. She didn't message her. So it's not like she knew. You know what I mean? So it makes no sense. And then I'm pretty sure this is Kree blood. Freaking injecting motherfuckers with Kree blood. That's nuts. Okay, so we get to the scene where they blow off the door off the hinges, right? Remember how I told you that door had that thing blocking it? They had a whole thing where it's like, well, I better put this here. Better put this here just in case. You put the metal pole on the door, right? Right? Metal pole on the door. Where is the metal pole and the hook on the door? Where is it? It's supposed to be right here. There wasn't a second door to this room. Where the hell is it? It's supposed to be right here. I'm the only one that cares about this. I know, I'm fully aware. Look at it, it's right there. It is right there. It is a whole thing. It's screwed in. There's a freaking pig on there. There is a whole pig on the door with a metal pole with hooks and everything. I know. I'm the only motherfucker that cares about this. I'm the only motherfucker in the world that's gonna care about this. But I care nonetheless. Look at this. Look at this. Where is that whole pig? Where is the whole pig? Where is the freaking pole? Continuity errors, man. Continuity errors. It's like they realized it after. They're like, crap. Well, we're not gonna go back. We already spent all the money on the explosion. We do love continuity errors, folks. And they still kill my boy. I think it was revealed later in the other episode that what she did was still spy out the information. So like this death was for nothing. But yeah, very ominous. We see Nick Fury going back to his day job. We see Skrull Fury, you know, the wife of Nick Fury, who was a Skrull. Which at first people weren't sure if Nick Fury knew or if he didn't know if she was a Skrull. You know what I'm saying? Because she rolled up in this one right after. He was like, "Hey, how you doing?" But apparently in the script, it was written that Nick Fury knew, but when they shot it that he didn't know, to keep the idea of does he know she's a Skrull or he doesn't. It's revealed in the next episode that he knows. So, mystery revealed. He knows. And boom, they have a cute little makeout session, which is funny to think because if this Nick Fury is a Skrull, another Skrull just made out with Nick Fury's wife. You know what I mean? Like a Skrull just made out with Nick Fury's wife. Like, you think he's about to be pissed? You think he's gonna be pissed when he finds out? He's like, "Hey, you made out with my wife? What do you mean you made out with my wife? I didn't tell you to do that. I didn't tell you to make out with my wife." All right. Episode 3. So, episode 3 starts with like this weird heist thing where they're like planning on taking over. Where they're planning on taking over like this area. They unveil the official name drop of the Super Skrulls. What is this over here? I don't know. I can't read that. It's too in depth. Oh, let's see. But look, they got the DNA showing. They're starting to mess with the DNA of the Skrulls, trying to be all nasty, all gross and nasty like. And then Shooter McGavin's like, "Can I be a Super Skrull?" And they're like, "Yeah." He's like, "I need to stop Gilmore. Happy Gilmore needs to be stopped." So yeah, they finally unveil the idea of the Super Skrull. I think at this point in time, my homeboy Gravik is already a Super Skrull. Like, he already experimented on himself and everything. We'll see later in the scene that he already has powers. The only other thing I could think about with that scene that we're gonna be watching later is if, like, this scene right here where they're showing the DNA, maybe the idea of the Super Skrull is turning their DNA to be more human-like. Because an Extremis DNA is human DNA, essentially. Like, they are messing with human DNA. So putting himself in with that DNA could be giving him some human DNA in there, you know? So that could explain the blood. Alright, let's see. So, we get a little more background on the cute interaction between CGI Nick Fury and his wife. Back when they were all cute and adorable like, before they got married and they were all secret like. They were like, "We can't date, but we can date because we don't work with each other." And he was like, "Hell yeah." He was like, look at that. Like, that's a face of hell yeah. And then it starts to implement this interesting idea of conflict between Nick Fury and his wife, you know? Because that is a pretty interesting concept. Nick Fury's wife kind of being pissed at humans and everything because of the whole, not only what he got, like, "Oh, I accepted you were gone for 5 years because the blip happened to everybody. But what I didn't accept is when after the blip, when you came back, you left me again, and now it's your choice." Like, damn, bro, that's ice cold. That is ice cold, my dude. And she got him. She got him good. Like, checkmate. Like, done and done. Get synced, Nick Fury. And it starts to introduce this conflict, and like, you could tell even in Nick Fury's head, he's like, "Oh man, should I trust my wife? Like, is she working for the enemy? Like, she used to know Gavik, like, as a child. Like, is she still attached with Gavik? Like, would Gavik talk to her because I'm his wife? Like, or she's my wife or whatever?" Like, crazy concept. And it's revealed later that he's totally freaking right. And that is a crazy twist too, that like his wife is just fed up with it and is a baddie, like in more ways than one, dog. That's nuts. Talk about trust issues. Oh, bro. What if Nick Fury's wife kills Nick Fury, right? And it's revealed that it's a Skrull. And she's like, what? He didn't even come back to me again? He's not a Skrull? And she gets even more pissed. That would be crazy. So we see another interrogation scene between Garrick and Gaia, where he was like, huh, weird. We got snitched out again. Don't you think that's a little sus, Gaia? How we got sussed out again? Gaia? And she was like, nah, I think it was the other guy, if I'm being real. I think you should look at him. And this kind of feeds into what happens later in the episode. So, Gavik is like, your dad wants to talk. He wants to parlay. And she's like, all right, cool. And they have this cool, very intimidating scene in a museum. Great job from Talos and Gavik. Very intimidating, very cool. This awesome scene in the freaking... This is why, like, the show is, like, conflicting. Like, is it boring? Is it not boring? Because, like, there's times where the scenes feel like they drag on a little bit. It's a little too quiet, a little too, like, it's getting, like, dragged out. But some of the dialogue within these scenes are incredible. Like, the dialogue between Talos and Gavik in this scene is fucking incredible, my guy. Like, it's so good. Like, it's intimidating on both fronts. Talos seems scary, Gavik seems scary. Like, and then this scene right here where Gavik goes over the edge and Talos snaps and he just reassures him that he is surrounded by Skrulls. Like, freaking nuts. And then it leads to the scene where he pushes him again and Talos stabs him. Vito, here we go. Well, let's see if we can line up that scene and we can watch it. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so this is the scene you were talking about, Vito. So traditionally, from what we know, Skrull's blood is either green or purple, right, or something like that. So why is it that when Homeboy gets stabbed, look, he's currently stabbed. Look at his hand. His hand is currently bringing out red blood as we speak. Red blood coming out the hand freshly after the stab. Skrull's blood is like purple or green. Like what's going on here? And then look, that's a beautiful heap of demonetization right there. Look at that. We got red blood on the knife, red blood on the hand, and his hand starts to go back entirely. So this right here, you're asking in chat, Vito, he's got some kind of Scarlet Witch type power. This is the power of the Extremis. Watch as it regenerates. Okay. So this right here, yeah. This is the power of the Extremis. It was from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. It was in Iron Man 3 or whatever, that guy who was like, I am the Mandarin. This is the Extremis power. So it's kind of like a regenerative heat power that comes through the hand, or that goes through the whole body, and it also experts energy as well. They do it a lot in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., where it was like given out to the regular people in the communities. And it was also the main villain of Iron Man 3, I think, or 2, one of those. But yeah, it's like a regenerative power, and it's heat based as well. So look at that. It's like that is like the heat regenerating his hand. Yeah, but I agree. Why would his blood be red? He's still a Skrull. That's a good point. Like, the only reason I could think is that the DNA that he had to extract from to get the Extremis DNA would be from a human. So unless injecting him with the human DNA made part of his DNA human, maybe that's what it is. Maybe like once they become a Super Skrull, they go over the basic ideal of being a Skrull, and they're now like a new entity. They're the Super Skrull, but the Super Skrull doesn't just have Skrull DNA. It has Skrull DNA, it has human DNA, it would have the same DNA as Cull Obsidian, it would have the same DNA as Brute, it would have the same DNA as the Frost Beast. So there's like 5 different heaps of DNA in one body. So like, I don't know. Which power keeps his blood red? Yeah, maybe that's the Extremis, you know, the human part of the the human part of that, you know what I mean? Is keeping his blood red. That's the only thing I can think about. Other than that, like, yeah, you're right. I have no idea. Like, he could be an android, but like the whole LMD thing that was developed and the idea was by Fury, you know? So like that would rewrite the LMD to make it so that the Skrulls have it and Gavik have it, which I don't know why they wouldn't need it, because they're Skrulls. They can already intimidate, like copy people. You know what I'm saying? So other than that, nothing too crazy happens this episode. If I'm being real, like there's another scene between another good dialogue scene between Fury and Talos and the Thing, where they talk about someone in a hire from a government who is a Skrull, so they're gonna get that next. Another amazing scene with her, another funny back and forth. So this scene in the car, another great like dialogue scene between Fury and Talos, really fleshing out the idea of their relationship, and you know, Nick Fury kind of slipping on the facts a little bit. I just completely awesome. Like everybody's a Skrull, like all the guards are Skrulls. His son, Nick Fury using his son, that is dark as hell, bro. That's look at the fear in this boy. He's like, oh, I'm gonna die, man. Hey, it's alright, boy. Who them boy? Who them is? Who them boy? Rest in peace. Rest in peace, Skrull Dad. Dead as hell. How dare you intimidate people from the government? Oh look, so we got here to Stark. Let's say Stark. 3. No, it's gonna say Stark. I thought it's Stark. I was like, what? But this is where I think it's where they have the Cull Obsidian DNA or something like that. Oh look. Oh, sick. This is where we see all the prisoners. Hell yeah. We got Shooter McGavin. Looking like Donald Trump. Dude, he looks just like Trump from this angle. Holy crap, bro. He looks just like Donald Trump from this angle. Am I wrong? Look at him, bro. Shooter McGavin. Yeah, so basically everybody in power that's copied. We don't see Everett Ross. They're tied up to the machine. Oh, who is that? I didn't see that lady. Who is that lady? Who's that lady? Oh, it's the doctor lady. Oh, so they kidnapped the doctor and stole her memory so they could do cool doctor stuff? Yo, that's kind of rad. Yeah, he do be looking like Trump McGavin. And then the final scene where he glacks Gaia. He glacks Gaia, and Gaia is presumed dead. Hold on. Let's look at Gaia. Let's look at Gaia as an adult, and then let's look at Gaia as a kid. Because she's in episode 2 as a child, I'm pretty sure. So, Gaia as an adult, this version of Gaia has a line going down her forehead. So if child Gaia has the same line going down her forehead, then Gaia might actually be dead. Oh! Child Gaia don't got shit. Child Gaia don't got shit. Look at that. Child Gaia don't got shit, bro. She might be a decoy. Gaia might be a decoy. But who would just sacrifice himself? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's a completely different scroll. Because she has this whole... Unless they grow markings as they grow older. Like... some Padme type shit? Yeah, dude. She's on that Amidala security program, bro. Yeah, because young Gaia doesn't have that. And old Gaia... Oh, this is episode 2. Old Gaia has that. She has this right here. I don't know much about scroll anatomy. And I don't know if they could grow marks on their head as they age. Well, hold on. Let's do some more deep diving. Let's look at Nick Fury's wife. In 1995. Wait, but Soren has that. Soren has the middle thing. That's Soren. And this is supposed to be Gaia. I mean, she looks more like Soren. She looks more like Soren than she does young Gaia. Hold on, but we're trying to find Nick Fury's wife then and now. Does Nick Fury's wife look different? Okay, so this is supposed to be Nick Fury's wife. You don't even think Gavik is a real scroll. I still think he's a Doombot. Well, this is Gavik as a scroll right here. But we haven't seen him as a scroll. Okay, so this is her. This is Nick Fury's wife back then. Notice she has the same design. Notice she has this design split. Now let's see. Let's see her almost 30 years later. Well, that was the one end of what? This is her 30 years later. Does she look exactly the same? Bro, she looks exactly the freaking same. She looks the same. She has the same markings. She has the exact same markings. Scrolls don't change. They're markings. So, wait, hold on. There's a scroll in the trailer, right? I have the trailer. I have the trailer here somewhere. Hold on. I think we're about to freaking bust this wide open. There's a scroll in the trailer that I thought was Emilia Clarke. The only problem with that confirming that it is Soren is that it makes my it makes my video of Nick Fury being Soren completely wrong. Everyone's a freaking scroll, man. No, turn off. Hold on. I'm pretty sure there's a scroll in this trailer that's like looking in the mirror. Are we good? What's going on? Like the scroll's like looking in the mirror. Is it this trailer or is it a different trailer? It's like a scroll looking in the mirror and she's like surprised by the way or like she's like looking at herself. Was it this trailer or was it a different trailer? Oh, I don't even freaking know. Let's see. I'm about to. Because if that's the case, right? If that's the case, that means we've already seen Emilia Clarke's actual form. I'm pretty sure they show a scroll looking in a mirror and it looks like Emilia Clarke. I could be going crazy. Because if that's the case, we have a... Oh, wait, what the hell? No. That's fine. We already saw this scene. When you're watching a trailer and you see a scene that you haven't seen in the show yet, you're like, wait! What is that? I could have sworn there's like this really creepy shot with like this scroll looking at herself in the mirror. I just don't know. Let's see. I wanna see if this is, dude. This is getting me down a rabbit hole now, man. Oh, yeah. Right here. I had to go to Google to find it. See? Right here. Who is this? Who is this? Secret Invasion. Who is Scroll Gaia? Meet Emilia Clarke's character. See? She doesn't have the middle thing. She don't got the middle thing, man. She don't got no middle thing. And then let's go to kids. Okay. She don't got the middle thing here either. Oh my god, bro. Vito. Cause look, oh, perfect comparison. It's right next to each other. It's right next to each other. Look at that. This is a different scroll. This is a completely different scroll. This is a completely different scroll, man. And she looks more like Emilia Clarke as a scroll. Oh my god. I'm making a short after this video. I'm making a YouTube short after this. What's it gonna be about? I have no idea. More that Gaia faked her death. It's a different scroll, 100%. Yeah, trying to make a video. Literally, that's what it is. After this stream ends, bro, video is coming out. It's coming out tomorrow morning. Sorry, Josh. I'm gonna have to work on your Warhammer video all day tomorrow instead of a little bit today, a little bit tomorrow. Because this is huge, man. This 100% is Emilia Clarke. Oh yeah, I will bring up the Gavik blood thing, 100%, and I'll shout you out. I'll say shout out Veed for blowing my mind in the chat. My God! All right, so what I think I will do is I think I'll make a video, and then I'll make a short as a video, you know, but it'll be a short little video, nice little bite-sized video for you to nom 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 nom. Josh will be all right. He'll live. Yeah, no, I'm great at what I do. I'm fine. I'll Warhammer that video out tomorrow anyway. I'll hammer it out. I mean, in reality, I'm like studying. Like, I know I'm a kid editor and I could do anything. Yeah, I set my mind to, but I had no idea what Warhammer was, and I still kind of don't. So he was like, "Here, here's something you've never heard about before in your life. We're gonna do a super in-depth, detailed video about everything you should know about it." And I'm like, well, what should I know? Like, so I've been spending a lot of time researching. You know, he doesn't pay me to research, but whatever. It's part of the process. It's part of the process of a freelance editor. But yeah, we out here. We doing videos. You know, we're doing the grind to 1,000 subs. So, you know, tell a friend, tell the Nerd Vengers, you know, you know, if I end up going to New York Comic Con for the Nerd Vengers meetup, Veed, I'm gonna order a cake with my face on it, and it's gonna be an advertisement for my channel, and I'm gonna give a piece to every Nerd Venger that subscribes. Imagine if I did that. Like, all right, I need 1,000-piece cake with my YouTube logo on it. And I'm gonna give a piece of cake to every person that subscribes. I think it's a good way to market my channel. That would be insane. I have no idea what Warhammer is, but one of my good friends loves it. I got you on the cake. And he's mad good. Yeah, I mean, from what I've seen with Warhammer so far, it is it's a lot. It's a lot, and it's pretty interesting. It's literally like a bunch of different fandoms and factions and stuff like that combined into one. You know what I mean? Like, there's some Star Wars stuff in there. There's a lot of stuff similar to Marvel in there. A lot of stuff similar to Doctor Who in there. There's some similar shit to fucking Power Rangers in there. I know you like Power Rangers. Shit's nuts. There's like a bunch of different factions, and a bunch of them have different ideals that literally just feel like different IPs. So I feel like it has a lot of opportunity for people to like it, to like something, right? Like me, I'm an orc player, which means I like these guys, these little orcs. They're like crazy little like, you know, orcs. They're orcs. But in Warhammer, they're just a bunch of crazy, war-hungry dummies that just love to fight. They're hilarious. They are hilarious. They make no sense. And that's why I love them. You know what I mean? And every faction has their own little niche and their little thing. So, it's fun. But, oh man. Yeah. I'm gonna do a video on this, because that's insane. We shout out to Vito, man. We together crack this case open, man. I'm about to write the script right now. I'm about to freaking do all that shit. Collab. Oh. Whoa, whoa. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We just had a conversation about Secret Invasion. We learned so much about the show we didn't even know, man. We are on probation till next week, till we can watch another episode of Secret Invasion. Whoa. So many things happen in this episode. Just like we discovered that Gaia might actually be alive. Whoa! She may have had a decoy for a scroll. So how to scroll be a scroll for a scroll? It's like scrollception. Yo. Motherfucker scrollception. Leonardo DiCaprio out here spinning a top. And Leonardo DiCaprio with his scroll too when he's on top. Oh. It's a scroll within a scroll. Oh no. Oh. It's a scroll. It's a scroll. Scroll. It's a scroll. It's a scroll. It's a scroll. Scroll. It's a scroll. It's a scroll. It's a scroll. Yeah, it's a scroll. It's a scroll. It's a scroll. Ladies and gentlemen, we don't even know what to expect from these scrolls. Ladies and gentlemen, we don't know what to expect from the scrolls. Ah! Everyone's a scroll. Everyone's a scroll. I'm a scroll. You're a scroll. Everyone's a scroll. Ah! Everyone's a scroll. Everyone's a scroll. Everyone's a... Yeah. We over here having conversations about secret invasion. Oh. Secret. We over here having conversations about secret invasion. Secret. Someone at my door trying to get in while I'm making some music. Trying to be a scroll. Trying to have control of my situation. I don't even know. Oh man, my screen about to go green, about to have pointy ears. Right from here to here. Oh, I'm about to look like Baby Yoda. Oh, Baby Yoda is the scroll. 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 Secret invasion, no intimidation, just imagination with no regulation. Oh, no regulation. Hey yo, Lord Vito in the chat with the lyrics. No filtration, just straight green intimidation, Caucasians. Yo! Oh, yeah. That we got no patience, we got some invasion, no complaining, just green manipulation, no filtration, just straight green, intimidating Caucasian, straight secret invasion, no intimidation, just imagination with no regulation, like oh, we're on probation, we go. So slow. Yo, man, I'm in a hurry. I'm one-eyed, might as well call me Nick Fury. Got my big beard over here, a minute here. Got my raincoat on and my beanie, and I don't know. Thug face like a meanie, wearing my beanie. Eye pants looking like Fetty Wap. Over here, bounty hunter like a fucking Bubble Wap. Like a Fetty Wap, Bubble Wap. I got Fetty Wap. Got Bubble Fett. God damn, I got the lyrics stuck in my head. Oh, that was fire. That was fire. Vito out here with the lyrics, dog. So good. All right. Well, my dad knocked on my door, so I had to go answer him and see what he needs and, you know, start my day. I have a theory video I gotta knock out now. Well, hey, honestly, if you do think I'm a scroll, you're probably right. Will the real Nick Fury please stand up? That's sick. Oh man, I'm glad you had a great time, Vito. I had a great time too. It's always a blast with you in any chat. You know, from the Den of Nerds to kicking it with Kendall to anybody. You know, anybody, anywhere I see you in a chat, you're always popping it up, man. It's always fun time. I'll be streaming more often. You know, I'm on the grind to 1,000. I start the new channel. Probably gonna have a new episode either tomorrow or Friday. Yeah, so take it easy, man. Much love. Continue doing a great job on those cakes. I keep killing it. And anybody else out in the stream, thanks for hanging out. Andre, you were here for a little bit. Clemmy Clue, you were here in the beginning. Shout out. And anybody who just came down to hear me talk about Secret Invasion. Hopefully I'll be doing these streams more often, as well as some gaming streams here and then. And then I will normally have the regular content on the channel. So thanks for hanging out, guys, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.